Next problem. The angle of elevation of the tower from A is 25 degrees. From another point B, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 56 degrees. If the distance between A and B is 300 meters and on the same horizontal plane as the foot of the tower, the horizontal angle subtended by A and B at the foot of the tower is 70 degrees. What is the height of the tower? This time, isang tower lang yung pinag-uusapan natin. No? So, sige, try natin i-drawing. Halimbawa guys, ito yung tower na tinutukoy. Okay? Ngayon, with respect to point A, kapag naka-point A ka daw, yung angle of elevation nung tuktok nung tower is 25 degrees. So, halimbawa na lang guys, ito yung ground surface natin. Okay? Sabihin na natin ito si point A. Ayan. Ito ngayon yung magiging line of sight mo. Okay? Yung angle na mabubuo, 25 degrees. Ngayon, there is another point, point B, which is ang angle of elevation naman ng top ng tower is 56 degrees. Just based on the given angle of elevation, sa tingin nyo guys, si point B ba mas malapit dun sa tower compared to point A o dapat mas malayo ba si point B? Tama kayo. Dapat mas malapit si point B. Nga naman, kapag mas malapit ka dun sa bagay na ino-observe mo, mas tumitingala ka nun, thus, mas lumalaki yung angle of elevation, no? So, dapat, mas malapit si point B ngayon. So, halimbawa na lang, eto si point B. Okay? O, kitang-kita naman natin, guys, yung angle of elevation na mabubuo, mas malaki talaga yan. Okay? And say this is 56 degrees. Okay? Of course, yung tower natin perpendicular yan sa ground surface, no? The distance between A and B is 300 meters. So, di sabihin natin ito yun. Okay? The horizontal angle subtended by A and B at the foot of the tower is 70 degrees. And binanggit din sa problem na si A sa si B nasa same horizontal plane, no? As the foot of the tower. So actually, na-apply na natin yan. Nasa isang ground surface, yung foot ng tower sa A sa si B. The horizontal angle, ito, critical tong statement na to, no? The horizontal angle subtended by A and B at the foot of the tower is 70 degrees. Sabi nga natin, kapag sinabing subtended angle, yun yung angle na napapalaman ng dalawang line of sight or ng dalawang, basically, line. Okay? With respect daw sa foot ng tower, ito yung foot ng tower. Yung line na patungo, papunta kay point A, saka papunta kay point B, merong isa-subtend, merong papalaman na angle yon, which is 70 degrees. Ang problema natin guys dito sa initial drawing natin, kung ano yung linya na, eto no, kung ano yung linya na dumadaan kay point A, yun din yung line na dumadaan kay point B. Okay? Eh di hindi tayo makakagawa dito ng subtended angle. Bakit kaya? Kasi mali itong figure natin ngayon. Okay? Actually, yung figure natin dapat dito is somewhat 3D, three-dimensional. So parang ganito ngayon yan dapat, guys. Okay, so binura lang natin, no? Again, halimbawa, ito yung tower. Okay? Sabihin na natin this is point A. Ayan. From point A, ito yung line of sight mo ngayon, papunta sa top ng tower. And ito yung angle na nabuo, no? Which is 25 degrees. Okay? Of course, this is perpendicular. Okay? Actually, yung foot ng tower, si point B sa si point A, they are not collinear. Hindi sila naglalay sa isang line. Okay? So, parang 3D kasi ito eh, no? Halimbawa naman, nandito si point B. Ayan. So, sabi nga natin, mas malapit siya, no? Kumpara kay point A. Ito ngayon yung line of sight mo. Ito naman yung angle of elevation natin. So, 56 degrees. Okay, again, perpendicular. And yung distance between point A and B, ito yun. Ito. Okay, yan si 300 meters ngayon. Gamit tong drawing na to, pwede na nating ma-apply yung subtended angle na tinutukoy sa problem. So again, that is with respect to the foot of the tower. Ito yung foot ng tower. Yung line of sight or yung line na papunta no kay point A, ito yon, ito. Yung papunta kay point B, ito naman. Yung subtended angle ng dalawang yan, so which is, ito yun no. Okay? Siya yung angle na nabuo sa lapag sa ground surface, kumbaga. That is equal to 70 degrees. Okay? So I hope nasusundan nyo. Ang question sa atin, what is the height of the tower? Okay, say that is X. Siguro guys, para mas madalian pa tayo, no? Pangalanan na rin natin yung end-to-end points ng tower. Halimbawa na lang yung foot ng tower, tawagin natin point C. Okay, say this is point C. Yung top naman ng tower, tawagin natin point D. Utilize lang natin yung mga nabuong triangle dito. So actually, we have a total of 4 triangles dito, no? We have 2 right triangles, which is right triangle ACD and right triangle BCD. Tama? Okay? We have a horizontal triangle, yung triangle na nasa ground surface natin. Okay? Yung ACB, alam natin yung isang side, 300 meters, and an interior angle, 70 degrees. Okay? Actually, triangle din naman si ADB, pero hindi na natin siya gagamitan dito, no? Since ang alam lang natin sa kanya is one side only. Okay? I-utilize muna natin yung mga right triangles na nakuha natin. Okay? So, sige, para mas makita nyo, i-isolate ko, no? Punta muna tayo kay triangle ACD. Ayan. So, dito sa triangle ADC, ano natin yung height ng tower, which is X, no? I-express natin ngayon yung side AC, yung leg AC in terms of X. Okay? So, since adjacent side na sa AC, opposite side naman yung X, edi mag-tangent function ka dito. So, we have tangent of 25 degrees. That is TOA na. So, opposite X over adjacent AC. Okay? So, AC is equal to 1 over tangent 25 of X. So, simplify na lang natin siguro. So, 1 over tangent 25. That is equal to 2.1445. O, gawin ko na lang 4 decimal places na of X. Okay? Lipat naman tayo dun sa isa pang right triangle. We have right triangle BCD. Ayan. Gaya ng ginawa natin kay triangle ACD, express naman natin ngayon sa side BC in terms of X. So, since adjacent ulit yan, edi mag-tangent ka lang. So, tangent of 56 degrees, that is opposite, which is X, divided by adjacent BC. Okay? BC is equal to, simplify na rin natin, 0.6745 of X. Then last, lipat tayo dun sa triangle na marami tayong alam na parts, no? Which is yung nasa lapag, si ACB. So, redraw lang natin, guys. Okay, ayan. Nilagay ko na rin dito yung mga nakuha nating sides in terms of X, no? Okay? So, ultimately, in this triangle, we only have one unknown. Meron tayong 3 sides and an interior angle. So, para makuha ngayon si X, pwede kang gumamit ng cosine law, no? Okay? So, 300 squared, that is equal to the sum of the squares of the 2 sides. So, unahin ko si 2.1445x. So, squared plus 0.6745x squared. Kung naaalala niyo yung formula, a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So, minus 2 times the product of these 2 sides, no? So, 2.1445x, 0.6745x. Okay? Then, may karugtong yan. May kadikit yan na cosine of the angle opposite to 300, which is 70. Okay? So, shift solve natin ngayon and makukuha nyo that x is equal to 148.81 meters. This is now our answer. Kung i-shift solve mo to, diretso, medyo matagal talaga yan kasi yung ano natin naka-square and halos lahat ng terms dito merong variable, no? Okay? So, pag shift solve mo, para mas medyo mapabilis, maglagay ka ng value. Okay? Na malapit doon sa mga choices. Ang maganda sa board exam, may choices naman eh. So, pag shift solve mo, halimbawa na lang guys for this problem, ang nasa choices, say merong 120, merong 148.81, 115, 160. Pag shift solve mo, lagay ka ng value na malapit dyan sa apat na yan. So, halimbawa, ilagay mo 140 or 150 mismo, no? Okay? So, ang gagawin ni Calcio ngayon, magta-trial and error siya starting from that value. Okay? Since malapit yun kay 148.81, edi mas madali niya mahahanap yung mismong sagot. Mas mapapabilis, kumbaga, yung shift solve. Okay? Next problem. A line is drawn from point P to point Q, where P is along the line AB and Q is along the line AC of the triangular lot ABC. If AP is to PB is equal to 3:1 and AQ is to QC equals 2:5, what is the proportion of the area of APQ and ABC? Okay? So we have here a triangle ABC, no? Drawing lang natin, guys. Okay. So ito yung triangle ABC natin. Sabi sa problem, there is a point P along the line AB. So, assume natin na ito si point P. Okay? And there is a point Q along line AC. Okay? Sabi naman natin, ito si Q. Okay? Sa first sentence, magdodrawing ka daw ng line that is passing through points P and Q. So, drawing tayo. Okay? Ngayon, binigyan tayo ng ratio ng mga segments na nabuo dito, no? According to the problem, AP is to PB is 3:1 and AQ is to QC is 2:5. Okay? Interpret lang natin yan, guys. Anong ibig sabihin ng AP is to PB which is 3:1? Ibig sabihin ba nun, AP is equal to 3 and the length of PB is equal to 1? Tama ba yun, guys? Actually, mali yun, no? Magbigay lang ako ng example. I-rewrite ko lang, guys, yung ratio natin. Of course, ang ratio, pwede mo yung i-rewrite as fraction, di ba? So, AP over PB. Ayan. So, again, sabi sa problem, this is 3:1, or this is also 3/1. Okay? Hindi ibig sabihin yan na yung actual length ni AP is 3, while the actual length of PB is 1. Possible na maging equal, pero hindi lang yun yung possible scenario. Pwede rin naman na, say, for example, yung AP natin is 15. Okay? Tapos yung PB natin is 5. Ayan. Yung actual length ni AP, 15. Actual length ni PB, 5. Pwede rin yan. Kasi kapag sinimplify mo yung 15/5, that is also 3/1. Okay? So, sana nakukuha nyo yung point, no? Ang ibig ko lang sabihin, yung 3:1 na yan, meron nung na-cancel out na factor. Kagaya sa example natin, no, yung 15:5, ika-cancel mo si 5 dyan. Kaya magiging 3:1. Okay? Kaya lang, guys, hindi natin alam kung ano yung definite factor na yon na kinancel out. So, ang gawin natin, mag-represent tayo as variable. Halimbawa, yung na-cancel out na factor is, say, instead of 5, dito sa example natin, gawin natin x. Okay? So, kumbaga, pwede kong i-represent si AP as 3x and si PB naman as x. O, tama ba? Na kapag kinuha natin yung ratio niyan, 3x over x, that is still 3:1. Tama? Okay? So, write lang natin, no? Magiging 3x over x. Ayan, that is 3:1. Okay? Same thing, para naman kay AQ is to QC. Yung 2:5, that is also not the actual distances or length of respective segments, no? Okay? Meron ding na-cancel out na factor dyan. Pero syempre, hindi natin na-assume na x din yun. Okay? Possible na ibang variable or ibang factor, ibang value yung ma-cancel out. Adi, gamit tayo ng ibang variable na yun. Halimbawa na lang, gamit tayo ng y. Okay? So, say, yung AQ natin maging 2y, then si QC maging 5y. Kapag sinimplify mo yan, 2y over 5y, that is still 2:5. Okay? Ang pinapahanap sa atin ngayon, what is the proportion or basically the ratio between the area of triangle APQ. So, yung APQ, guys, kung makikita nyo sa figure yun yung maliit, di ba, na triangle. And the area of triangle ABC, yung pinakamalaking triangle ngayon. So, gawin natin symbol. Okay? Area of triangle APQ is to area of triangle ABC. Okay? Yan yung pinapahanap ngayon. Paano natin kukuhain yung area ng isang triangle kung alam lang natin, no? Like in our case, mga sides lang. Actually, kada triangle nga, alam lang natin dito, dalawang sides lang, no? Maraming formulas na pwedeng gamitin, no, sa pagkuha ng area ng triangle. Depende na lang kung ano yung data or yung parts na meron ka, no? Okay? For example, kapag meron kang base sa height, that is 1/2 base times height. Tama ba? Okay? Pero meron din tayong isang formula, no, na gamit, hindi lang guys sa mathematics, no? Magagamit nyo rin to pagdating ng surveying, even design subjects natin. Say, for example, meron tayong triangle. Ayan. And sabihin na natin, alam mo yung dalawang sides niya, no? Say, this side is A, this side is B, and etong angle na to is, say, theta. Okay? Anong tawag natin dyan kay angle theta? That is also known as the included angle. Okay? Kapag sinabi natin included angle, yun yung angle, interior angle, na napapalaman ng dalawang known sides. Okay? Kung gusto mong makuha yung area ng isang triangle kapag alam mo yung dalawang sides and an included angle, eto lang guys yung gagamitin nating formula. So we have 1/2 AB sine of theta. Okay? Yan yung gagamitin nating formula ngayon. Okay? Paano natin yan i-apply dito sa problem natin? Consider natin si triangle APQ. Again, we have two sides, no? 3x si AP and si AQ, which is 2y. Ngayon, yung area ni triangle APQ, that is equal to 1/2 AB sine theta tayo. So, 1/2 product ng dalawang sides. So, AP times AQ. Then, sine of this angle. Diba yung included angle natin, guys? Ito yun, no? Ito. Okay? That is angle A. So, gawin ko na lang A. Yan. Yan yung area ngayon ni triangle APQ. Diretsuhin ko na, no? Lagay ko na agad sa denominator yung area naman ng triangle ABC. For triangle ABC, that is 1/2. Ano naman yung sides ni ABC na alam natin? Si AB, saka si AC. Okay? So, AB times AC. Tapos, yung angle, guys, no, na nasa pagitan ni AB saka ni AC, that is also angle A. Okay? Kitang-kita na makakancel natin yung sine A. Okay? Cancel to. Cancel din yung 1/2 ngayon. Okay? Expand pa natin. Si AP, again, AP, based on our figure, that is equal to 3x. AQ is 2y. All over. Guys, saan naman equal si AB? Tama ba? AB is equal to segment AP plus PB, or that is 3x plus x. Okay? Sige, sulat natin, no? Ang AC naman, 2y plus 5y. Ayan. So, simplify pa natin. We have 3x times 2y. Okay? Yung 3x plus x, magiging 4x yan. Times 7y, 2y plus 5y, no? Then, meron pa ulit tayo makakancel. Cancel ngayon yung variable x. Cancel din yung variable y. Okay? Ang matitira ngayon, yung ratio ng dalawang area, that is equal to 3 times 2 na lang yung numerator, which is 6. Okay? Over 4 times 7, that is 28. Or kapag sinimplify natin yan, that is 3 over 14. Okay? Or kung ratio yung nasa choices, pwede rin namang 3:14. Okay? And this is our answer. Next problem. Given a quadrilateral ABCD with AB equals CD, and the acute angles B and C satisfy sine of B equals 4/9, and sine of c equals 5 over 6. Determine the ratio of the area of triangle ABC to area of triangle BDC. Actually, itong problem natin, somewhat similar to, no, dun sa previous problem. Okay? Pero this time, given tayo ng quadrilateral. When we say quadrilateral, this is a polygon that has 4 sides. Okay? Examples ng quadrilateral, guys, alam natin, square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezoid, yung mga yan, no, those are quadrilateral. Okay? So, drawing lang natin. Hindi naman specific kung anong klaseng quadrilateral yung meron tayo. Basta ang sinabi sa problem, there are 2 sides that are equal in length, no? Which is AB sa CD. Drawing natin. Ayan. This is our quadrilateral ABCD and etong si AB sa si CD equal sila, no? And binanggit din sa problem that angles B and C are acute angles. So, makikita nyo naman sa figure natin, mukha silang less than 90 degrees. Okay? Ang pinapahanap sa atin, ano daw yung ratio ng area of triangle ABC. So, mag-drawing tayo ng triangle ngayon. Triangle ABC. So, kailangan kong i-drawing tong diagonal na to, no? Para mabuo natin si triangle ABC. And area of triangle BDC. So, kailangan ko ring i-drawing tong diagonal na to. Okay? ABC to BDC. That is the question. Since given tayo dito ng dalawang sine ng angles, no? Sine of B, which is 4 over 9, and sine of C, which is 5 over 6. Kailan ba natin ginagamit yung sine of an angle para sa pagkuha ng area? Kagaya ng ginagamit nating formula, no? 1/2 AB sine of theta, where theta is the included angle. So, apply natin yon. Kapag kinonsider natin ngayon yung triangle ABC, ano bang area niyan? Okay? Kung meron kang sine B, take note guys, yung triangle ABC, ito yun Ito. Okay? Pwede natin consider na included angle si angle B. Okay? Therefore, yung sides na i-consider mo, si side AB sa si side BC. Okay? So, that is 1/2 A times B yun, di ba? So, AB times BC, then sine of B. Okay? So, I hope nakakasunod tayo, no? Then, kuhain naman natin yung area ni triangle BDC. So, for triangle BDC, ito naman siya. Ito. Ayan. Since meron tayong sine of angle C, then ang consider nating sides ngayon, si CD sa si BC. Okay? So, 1/2, again, 1/2 of CD times BC sine of C. Okay? Meron tayong makakancel dito. Una-una yung 1/2. Okay, ano pa ba? Binanggit sa problem, guys, that AB is equal to CD. O, ito yung AB. Ito yung CD. Edi pwede may cancel din yan. Okay? Si BC cancel din. Basically, ang ratio lang pala ng dalawang to is sine of B over sine of C. Okay? So, salpak natin yung given ngayon. Sine of B is 4 over 9 all over sine of C, which is 5 over 6. Pag sinimplify natin yan, okay? Calculate na lang natin, no? Okay, that is 8 over 15. Or 8 is to 15. Yan yung ratio ngayon ng areas. Okay guys, that's it for application of trigonometry. Again, magbo-boil down lang tayo sa paggamit ng mga concepts no, na tinuro sa inyo sa first part. Okay, as much as possible, hanggat meron na bubuong triangle, i-utilize natin yan. Okay, lalo na kapag right triangles. Okay? Kabisaduhin ng formula ng sine and cosine law, and syempre, huwag kakalimutang mag-solve ng maraming problems, di ba? Para mas ma-exercise pa yung skills natin. Okay?